Everyone, good afternoon. I hope you're having a good time. And I know the past few days have really brought so much joy and pride to our country because of the Olympics. And today you're also celebrating and remembering and acknowledging the people who have also made
Thank you,
history
thank you.
in the
Dito yan, okay na.
mountain industry. Starting off with our Mr. Supranational second runner-up, Brandon Espiritu. With his new haircut. Sporting it. Hi Brandon, how are you? He's the mic. I have the mic out here. Alright. Any message for media friends?
Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.
Please sit down already. So how are you, Brandon?
I'm doing good. I just came back from a trip to China. So I was in Shanghai and I was in Wuxi. So that was a very fun trip for a new business venture that I'm starting.
Have you rested already since the pageant?
Nothing like. I'm still catching up, but it was a long trip in China, so I still got some hours of sleep to catch up on.
Okay, talagang on to the next one, si Brandon, right? After making history and bringing us to the highest placement in Mr. Super. And speaking of another placement, let's call on another woman or another individual who made history as well for being the first Miss Supranational Asia and Oceania. Let's call on Miss Althea Ambrosio. Wow, love it. Any message for the media?
Yes, of course, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po sa pagdalo ng ating press conference. So excited to answer all the questions.
Talaga
Ganda si Althea. Okay, so hello Althea and Brandon. How are you, Althea? Before we go to the questions, how are you? Have you rested since the pageant?
Mabuti naman po. Actually, the whole I was resting. I was really taking my time to go to the new journey that I'll be taking, and I hope we'll be able to talk about that later.
Yes, definitely. So before we go to the media Q&A, maybe you can share something about your super journey that you haven't shared on social media. Or maybe if you have already shared everything, it's okay. But if you haven't, let us know. Because, you know, it's an intimate event.
I mean, there's just so much that went on in Poland, and I don't think a lot of people understand the kind of process that we go through during these pageants. But it's literally a sport. Like every day was competition after competition, whether it was fitness related, whether it was like mind related, Q&A related, interviews, social media, just like that, like everything. So it was a pretty strenuous process, but nonetheless, met a lot of really great people on the way.
Siguro if meron isang bagay na i-share ko during the competition itself made me a better person. Kasi hindi ko in-expect na I would be pushed to my limits. Doing my hair and makeup every day. You know, you have to be ready at 8 a.m. You have to have your breakfast already. You have to interact every time and learn every time with your sisters. Because to us, that's the point of the competition. Really getting to know one another and learning from one another, besides representing your own country.
I love it. By the way, she did her own hair and makeup today. Wow. Ano na siya, professional. Okay, before we give the floor to the media, what's next for the both of you?
So right now, I currently have a cafe and bar in Poblacion, and we're opening up in 2 to 3 months. So guys, please come through. It's called Tree House, and we're right before Rockwell. So please come. And I just came back from China because I'm opening up a sleep performance company. So we're just sourcing all of our fabrics over there in China manufacturers. So be on the lookout for that. It's called Rest Day.
Rest day.
Rest Day.
Take
yes.
note, rest day. But there's no resting for you, Brandon. You're so on the go.
Well, I'm Rest Day at home because I'm trying to get it out. So, but Rest Day for everyone else. Okay.
But at least you're sharing that with others if you're not able to do that.
Oh, yeah, but I'm still getting my rest there. Come on, it's good. My
Oh,
skin
my.
is still doing well. It's still doing well. I'm healthy. I'm drinking my water, guys. It's all good.
I love you. How about you, Abigail? What's next? I know you have plans, but maybe you want to share.
Actually, I've been talking with Mama J and the whole entire team. I've been telling them I want to enter showbiz. And not right away, of course, we need preparation. But it's one of my dreams. And I'm looking forward to going through that journey with everyone.
Yes. In her own words, she wants to be a superstar. Ay, di ba superstar yung sabi mo? Kaya yun, di ba? Sis, you got the crown, you can reach your dreams. Now, we'll open the floor for the people who wants to ask a question.
Hello, Brandon and Litea. First of all, congratulations to both of you. My question is, what was your most memorable experience during your respective pageants in Poland?
Siguro I'll go first. The most memorable po para sa akin during the top 12, so una kami magpapalit ng evening gown. And I remember Miss Portugal, Christina, she was there the whole time. Hawak na niya yung evening gown ko. She even helped me with my hair. And then I left my stash sa backstage. She even went there and went back dun sa place namin where we're settling before the top 5. And after that, after the top 5, akala niya part pa rin ako ng top 5. So she was like, I'm rooting for you, I'm so proud of you. And she's like, who do you think will win? Sabi ko, I have someone in my mind. Pero sabi niya, what do you mean? You're still part of the competition. So the whole time hindi na alam, I'm out of the top 5 and she was still rooting for me. And I think that moment, na parang teary-eyed lang ako kasi sobrang na-touch ako how she wants me to be there and really win. So that type of friendship is not something that you can find just by, talking to someone. It should be having a connection with your sisters throughout the competition.
Brandon. Dominant memories, pero I think for me, the most important one was raising the flag during the competition and also raising it during our practice rehearsals. Like having your country flag on your back and being able to raise it and say the country name just gives me goosebumps. And especially because I have a lot of bashers on my Poland shirt, guys. I mean, I have a lot of haters. They're like, this guy is not representing us. He's representing Guam. And he's not Filipino. He's not brown enough. He's like all these things. Like it's never enough. But when I'm there and I'm raising the flag and I'm saying the name of our country with pride, no one has anything else to say. And I filled my heart with a lot of joy. So I would say those are my favorite memories.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Nolly for OPM Worldwide. Okay, you've been in Kuala for almost 2 weeks. Okay, so you've been there for quite some time. So what can you miss most about the place?
What
Can
made
you
us
use a specific place in Kuala? And I don't have place in Africa.
Yes. So we stayed at Belmont Hotel. It was in Noe South, if I said correctly. But we stayed in a different hotel. So for me, the most memorable place would be the Vagan Castle. It's a UNESCO heritage place where we all went to this beautiful place. And also the salt mine. It was so deep. I didn't know that they mine the salt that deep in Poland, and it's been there for years. So I think learning about the UNESCO Heritage Pusolan initiative about culture really had an impact in what it means to be a cultural torchbearer.
So good. What I'm gonna miss the most about Poland was the buffet. Now I have to wash my dishes now that I'm here at home, so it's kind of hard. But the food was good. They had a way better hotel than us, by the way. Okay, they put the girls up in a 5-star. They put us in a motel, and I'm definitely gonna miss the food for sure.
question. Any important lesson that you learned in competing internationally?
I learned two important lessons. First is you have to stay focused. Kasi the whole time, just like Brandon, we were bashed in social media. And we were underestimated for what we can show. But then, it's important that you know yourself, you know what you're doing, you believe in what you're doing. And with that, the second thing that I have learned also is to have a higher purpose to whatever you are doing. And to me, that is to become a cultural torchbearer. I thought at first it's just for the country, but doing it with that purpose may be more immersed with the situation. And I would say Supranational is not a competition at all, it's an experience.
For me, it's two things. The first thing would be being able to rewrite the story that you have about yourself. So I'm sure everybody in the room here can understand what I'm saying. So for instance, when you're given an opportunity that doesn't sound like something you would take up, you would say to yourself like, no, that's not me. I wouldn't do, that's not me, you know? These are the opportunities for us to rewrite who we are. Because before the whole pageant thing, when I was offered this opportunity, I said, this is not me. But then I had to think outside of myself and say, who am I really? Am I not giving myself an opportunity to grow and figure out who I really am? I gotta try different things. So be open to try different versions of yourself. The second thing is when you're competing in anything that you do, give it your all. Okay, so if you're gonna be a waiter at a restaurant, be the best that you can be in that job. If you're gonna be a pageant queen or a king, do your ultimate best. And that's what I did when I was there. I did everything I could so that we could place high enough. And now we're here.
Thank you and congratulations to both of you.
And first and foremost, congratulations. I just want to say congratulations again, guys. I have a question. Hello. From Alineo, for Alineo first, what was your reaction since you are the first ever Miss Supranational Asian national coming from the Philippines?
Sobra po akong nagulat nung tinawag yung Philippines. Kasi during the top 12, nung nagbigay na kami ng speech, hindi ko alam anong sinabi ko. And ayaw kong tignan online because I know it would affect me. So the whole time I was asking all the girls, all the Asian, actually most of the Asians, especially Nepal, what did I do, how did I do, kamusta? And they were like, no, chill, it's okay, you did well, you did great, you have to believe in yourself. And those things reassured me. So when Philippines was called, I was so surprised because everything that they told me backstage, it was true. And it paid off. And I would say I wouldn't be here without them, without my mentors. Anyways, Mama Nino, Mama Jules, Ate Cecilio Piazza, and the whole Empire team. And thank you, Sir Pao, for being here.
Thank you so much. And for Brandon, since I believe this is the highest placement for our Mr. Supranational Philippines, how do you feel about that?
I'm very proud, I'm very happy. It's not about me at the end of the day. It's about the country I'm representing. It's about you guys. You guys, giving me the opportunity to do this. So I'm just happy I could be a tool and a representative for you guys to go up there and show that we can compete on a big stage. Yeah. You're welcome.
Ako na daw. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Oyel for Philippines. My question is for Alithea. So, a lot of Filipinos doubted you during your competition. So, a lot of people says na like hindi ka daw prepared. It seems like you're not prepared during your competition. So, how do you feel that moment? I know na may times na nababasa mo the comments, the messages. So, ano na yung message mo for those people?
Okay, let's talk about during that time. So during the competition, lahat ng negative feedbacks, I take it to my heart, okay? So, really, I try my best to improve. You know, when they talk about my eyeshadow, when they talk about my hair, my styling, I do my best to improve. But then again, I realized I was in this competition because I envisioned myself to be a queen. So it's not about what they tell me, it's how I show myself, it's how I envision who I am as a person. So what I did is really shut all the noise. I focused on what's important. And that for me is to represent my country that time. So now my only message would be thank you for being the fuel, you know. Kasi that time, I don't know what I was doing, but with all this negativity, I know to myself, that's not me. And who I am is the person who cares for her country and who loves what she's doing.
Thank you po, Chair. And next question, Aletea. Next question is, so sabi mo, right after the journey mo sa Supernational, you're eyeing for showbiz.
It's for GMA.
Wala making the promotion. So, may chance pa ba, if ever man, na bumalik ulit sa pageant yan sa Pangasinan?
Sa tingin ko po ngayon, gusto ko munang i-enjoy kung anong meron tayo and look forward to showbiz. But yung going back to pageantry, maybe I would say I need more experience. Kasi ngayon, kung sunod-sunod akong lalaban, it's the same Aletea and I think I need a break from that. I want to become the best version of myself when I represent the country again.
How old are you?
Asa po, magsalit na.
How old are you?
Kaya during, I think, top 12, nagkaroon ng short speech na parang mabilisan. So, is it a prepared speech or on the spot lang yun?
Actually, we were given a list of questions, somehow a topic on what it's gonna be. So, to me, as I've said with my Winning Words mentor, they've been there since Bulacan days. So, alam na namin how we can strategize on that. And really, all I said is about who I am as a person. A cultural torchbearer, my journey before being the Miss Philippines, and now that story made us the first ever Miss Supranational Asia and Oceania.
Okay, congratulations again. And Brandon, no question, but congratulations.
Let's work.
Hi, Aletea and Brandon. Hi, I'm Echo Technology 101. Aletea, napansin ko during your Miss Supranational journey, nagsipag mo mag-post sa social media. I mean, yung highlights ng day 1 to end ng journey mo sa Miss Supranational sa Punan, parang hindi na natin kailangan mag-post about you because ano na, sa social media mo, sa Instagram mo yung highlights ng lahat ng nangyari sa buong araw. So is it part of your strategy sa Miss Supranational or nagkakaroon mo na talagang time para mag-social media?
Sa katunayan po, kung kilala niya ako before the pageantry, hindi ako public person, like hindi ako mag-post about what's happening dahil isa po akong introvert. Pero pagdating nung sa Miss Supranational, it was really a strategy to show everyone how I am. Kasi iniisip ng iba, ano ba itong ginagawa niya, ano ba itong ganyan. Pero gusto ko ipakita, I'm doing great, I'm making friends. And totoo naman na iba talaga yung naging connection ko with them. Talaga pong natutuwa ko. Imagine, there are 7 lawyers, 2 doctors, and some of them are very established in the beauty industry sa iba't ibang countries nila. So it's really hard to compete and put yourself forward. But to me, I think having a good heart, just like what I said during the closed-door interview of Miss Supranational, I told Andre, I came here only with a good heart. And that good heart, I wouldn't want to end only in top 16. I want to push forward to top 24, top 12, and eventually have a crown. And I think they notice me, they listen to me, and here we are today having this press conference.
Ang application sa pag-edit. Ang galing mo mag-edit, girl.
Hindi lang po ako yun. It's a teamwork. Actually, the entire team. And my personal team. Miss Pia, Sir Pao, ang caption.
Ang galing. At gusto namin yung gano'n, yung acting skill sa picture talaga. Kasi minsan, pahirapan ko sa mga buhugot na ma-post. Minsan sa story, pag-vlog ko, yung sa'yo talagang HP na with, lahat nandun na.
Yes,
Yung
sinipalan po natin mag-live. Para pag may mga questions sa
Exactly.
answer na lang.
Thank you. Ang ganda-ganda po. And good luck to showcase. And Brandon, I don't have question. Yes. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Congratulations. Love you.
Edge.
Si Aletea was really working hard. After ng activity na ginagawa niya kayo.
Di ba? Actually, siya yung makasipag ka ng social media na naging Miss Supranational Philippines. Dali. Thank you, Al.
No question?
Hi, I'm Armin Medina from the Philippine Daily Wire, and I have a question for Brandon. Yeah, actually, I have a question for both of you. How do you find the winners in your respective competitions? And if you could share a memory with them that we did not see on stage or in any social postings of the competition?
Or did you ask about the winners of the competition?
Yeah, the winner of Mr. Supranational and for Aletea, the winner of Miss Supranational.
Oh, yeah. Fez, actually one of the people that I got really close to on the trip, and he's a testament of greatness. Like you don't really meet people like him all the time because he's so well balanced. Like he's not only funny, but he's also very smart, and he's extremely social, and he's accomplished in his career, and he's everything. He has everything, you know. And it's just whenever I see him, I'm just like, man, I gotta be better, you know, and be a better person overall. So I think Fez is a testament to greatness, and yeah, I just remember like the days coming up to the competition, we're like at dance rehearsals, and we just looked at each other, and we're just like, it's gonna be you and me up there. It's gonna be you versus me. And I mean, I didn't get first runner-up, but it's okay. Casey's also a really good person as well, but we just had that competition in us. We're very competitive. But shout out to Fez, really good guy. Much love to him.
So with Miss Supranational, of course, Harashta from Indonesia. It's their first ever crown from Miss Supranational, and we're really proud of her because no competition po, Miss Japan and Miss Indonesia are roommates, and Miss Japan and I were really close because we are neighbors. So the whole time, kapag nagtatagalog kami or like yung pakiramdam ng iba, hindi nila naiintindihan, si Harasha, she would really ask what is it about, and she would really try to really interact with people, and that's what I really love about her. Siya rin yung, I think, somehow we have that common ground. Now we like talking to people, we like getting to know people. And so when she was part of top 5, as an Asian, we were really proud of her representing us. And when she was called the winner, we were all happy. We were shouting, and I'm just so happy because I'm looking forward to her visiting this year, I hope. And we'll make some fun times for you guys.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, this is Jimmy from Paddington. So my first question is for Aletea. And congratulations muna for winning the crown as Miss Supranational Asia and Oceania. My question for you is, are there any changes in your life aside from being confident and competing in the international pageant?
Ako, alam niyo po, nung umuwi ako from this competition, I was talking to my high school friends. And I told them, the supranational experience it filled me. Kasi as someone who wasn't that, confident, who wasn't really out there, who wasn't really posting so much in social media, it somehow told me that I don't have to be someone else. I don't have to follow the trend. I don't have to follow the norms just to be noticed. And all I have to do is really showcase who I am as a person. And that authenticity brought me so much in a different level that I didn't know I would be here today.
Thank you so much and congratulations. And my next question is for, of course, our Mr. Supernational second runner-up. So congratulations. Second runner-up. Okay, so we all know that this is not your first time to join the international pageant.
This is my first time, first.
First. Alright, so since this is your first time, do you have any tips and advice on how to do during international pageant?
Hello, that's a good question. Well, I guess it depends, right, on what pageant you're joining. So, yeah, like international, which is more bubbly and like friendly, oil on the skin, speed on the skin. And then supernational is more like, it's more professional, I would say. Like, what are you doing with your career? So, I mean, I can only speak for supernational, but if you are going for a pageant like supernational, I would say to continuously working on evolving as a man, and that's all aspects. Not just physically looking good, but also putting your hands in the community, evolving in your career, whatever that may be, and just overall, holistically speaking, just becoming a better version of yourself. And then when you go on stage, that's when everything's going to show. That's when everything's going to shine. So it doesn't necessarily have to be training specifically for a pageant. I think a pageant is just a byproduct, or winning a pageant is a byproduct of what you're doing on your day-to-day. So make sure you got your day-to-day set. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey guys, congratulations. This is Paolo from Pageant Music International. So, aside from your dancing skill,
You guys are a free show.
what kind of intensive training did you undergo to get to this second line of that? What kind of training?
It was all dancing, man. Like in Poland, yeah, like every day. I don't know if you watched the YouTube videos, but it was always like dance rehearsal. I'm talking like 5 to 7 hours of dancing a day. Yeah, so we didn't do any Q&A training. There was no like, hey guys, we need a workout. There was none of that. That was on our own time. But everything was dancing, actually.
Did you form any lasting friendship or connection with other contestants until now?
Yes, actually with Miss Nepal, we got really close. And she's planning to visit Philippines this month, I hope. We've been doing video call every other day, like talking about our personal lives. And I didn't expect to have that connection with someone I didn't know and someone that I just met throughout the competition. So that's something really special to me because gusto ko rin po i-share one of those nights, we were tasked to wear our gowns. Pero parang that time, I don't feel beautiful enough to wear a gown. Or I don't really feel good. So what I did, I wore this cocktail dress. And then I went to her room asking her, anong bagay na earrings? Yung long ba or short? And then sakto, pa-video call niya yung stylist niya. And they were telling me, what are you wearing? Wear a gown. And it was that time I was wearing a pink Manny Halasan gown with the long earrings and it went so good. Like I saw all the positive feedbacks and that's one thing that I appreciate about Ms. Nepal. She wants the best for me.
Hi guys, and congratulations again for making our country proud in the recent concluded Mr. and Miss International. I've got a lot of questions because I followed your journey from day one there in Poland. To Althea muna. Althea, one of the most defining moments you had during the competition was when you won top model. I'm curious to ask because I think this is our first time to see a candidate went to the next round wearing the same outfit. I would like to ask, is there a story behind it? Inasahan mo bang makapasok sa next round? And what was the inspiration behind that dress?
Actually, it was a Larry Espinosa dress styled by Sir Rick Sotelo. So, I didn't know we're supposed to bring 2 gowns for the top model. So, I only tasked Sir Rick 1 dress. So, it was my fault. And when I didn't expect that time na, sabi ko, baka hindi mo na ako mapasok at baka ako nag-worry masyado. Pero when we walked, and then the Philippines was called again for the first time, was called the first that time. Nagulat ako kasi sabi ko, oh my God, anong ginagawa ko? Parang I wasn't sure of what I was doing, but like, natawag ako so I need to change. But that time, sa backstage, I don't really have anything to change. And it would be a different look if I change into something like a gown or a cocktail, so it won't work. So to me, I stick to my gun and I told myself, just put a different aura, make yourself look more confident, and maybe you can do it. And that's what I did. But I think it worked in the sense that people noticed me among the organization. They were telling me, oh wow, Philippines, it's my first time seeing you like that. I didn't know your body is la 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 la. And I'm like, what? Parang nagulat ako kasi I didn't know people had that perspective of me na hindi pala nila ako nakikita. And now na nakita nila ako, they're so happy. So it was touching. It was touching for me.
But looking back, would it have mattered kung kunyari nagpalit ka ng damit? Do you think would you have won that special award? Looking back, on hindsight.
Maybe if I had a dress that has the same theme, it would somehow make a difference. But during that time, I was really happy with Miss Thailand. We are really close. I call her my pisao, ate, an elder sister. So I'm really happy for her.
Okay, so let's talk more about your outfits, because that would lead to my next question. How did you choose your gown for both the crucial events of the competition? How did you choose that gold gown of Larry Espinosa would be the one that you would wear for the prelims and the pink Manny Halasan gown would be for the finals?
My first competition in Miss Rotary, if you can remember, I wore this black gown. And it wasn't something that I liked. It was something that someone wants me to wear. And then Miss Bulacan, and then Miss Philippines. So to me, it was a lesson that whatever the gown is, it shouldn't be how I feel. Because wearing a gown is a privilege from a designer. So in my head that time, it doesn't really matter which gown, but I know that gold gown would really make a difference in the preliminary because that's the first time they would see me walking. So that time I was like, I have to wear the gold gown and then wear something comfortable during the finals night.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask Brandon next. Ngayon ko lang sila nakita after Supre.
Supra na yung ano mo, Supra.
Hindi. Sige, Brandon, is there anything you would have wanted to change in order for you to have, in order for your placement to have gone higher? Kasi you were I noticed kasi you were the first one to answer the Q&A. Like probably if you answered third or fifth, would you have changed anything to make
no
your...
excuses, but I was confused with that Q&A thing. I thought they were asking the men as well about the question. So I was like, because they were talking to him. And then there was a lady next to me, and I was like, what's going on here? So I thought he was gonna answer, then I looked at her and she's like, me the mic, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's me. But no excuses, man. I did my best. God has a plan. God's a perfect planner. Everything went how it should have been, and I could go to bed knowing that I did my best. You know, like we all took an exam here, but you feel like crap when you fail the exam knowing that you didn't try to study it. But I studied. I put in the work, and I feel good about it.
We didn't know that you knew how to dance. Do you think your dance moves contributed to your good placement during the finals night? Kasi we were surprised that wow, you were really dance.
I was possessed by Michael Jackson, I think. No, because
Did you practice for it?
not that wasn't scripted. Like my dances on my solos,
So you all didn't know that you guys will be dancing during the formal wear around.
Well, we did, but like when it came time to it, no one knows. Like we just go off of feeling. So you saw my spirit. My spirit was moving, right? And I lost myself when I was dancing. I didn't know where I was. That's why if you look at the video, I went this way. I wasn't supposed to go this way. I was supposed to go this way, but I ended up going this way, and I caught myself. I was like, oh shoot, I had to go back. But yeah, it was awesome. It was fun.
Yeah, and I think the judges saw that you were really having fun on stage. So last question.
Super.
Given your Supra,
Isa pa tapos na.
given your experience, for future reference for your successor, for your successors. Okay. Does performance, kasi diba when you talk about Supra, it's always about performance, being La Madonna, showcasing your personality. So, given both your experiences recently, does it matter or is it beyond what we see on stage? Like, good attitude.
Ladies first, ladies first.
No, really, it's beyond what you see, guys. Kasi during the competition, we always chit-chat with the organization. They always ask us questions, even especially tardiness. It's a big minus points. Like it's a serious thing. So, siguro if I were to give an advice to the next Supra, which is Tara, it's always to show your best character as a person. And I know Tara, she's very sweet, she's very kind. So for sure makikita siya ng work. Because sinabi ko nga to last time, just like what I did, I was really friendly, I was talkative, I was pushing like my limits when it comes to interacting. And in that moment, I remember Andre approached me one time. It was a random lunch and told me na, you know what? You remind me so much of Mutia. You're very sweet, very kind, and she's very humble too. And that time, it was the moment na I was confused whether the organization can see me or I'm just blending with everyone else. So those words motivated me that I should keep going. I shouldn't listen to all the noise online because what matters is what's happening in this hotel, in this competition. It's not what you read online.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would just say having a personality in general, like in your life, it's not just for the pageant. Be a good person, evolve in your personality, and it'll take you really far. I would say though, for the pageant, come on, it's a business, right? This is an organization, so they're gonna want to pick somebody that's gonna give them the best return on investment, right? So that we're all getting the same prize. Everyone's getting the same amount of money. There's a lot of nice guys on the trip, but they didn't win. You know, what they want is someone who's going to be able to elevate the brand. They want someone that's going to drive more foot traffic to the brand, make sure that the next year there's more sponsors on board. You know, this is a business at the end of the day. It's not a bad thing. This is something that we can actually translate over into our other careers and our other industries. But what I would say to other people is like, yeah, keep the good personality, of course. Be kind, like to everybody, no matter where you are. But I would say, level up your social media, because this is really going to freaking help. Make sure your country is on your back, because if they're not, no one's going to care about you. And make sure your managers and your organizations has a good relationship with that organization that you're running the campaign for. These are very, 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 very important. Yeah. And when you're on stage, you gotta be unique, right? So figure out, like, look at everyone and on stage and be like, what are they doing the same? How can I be different? How can I say something that's different? How can I walk different? How can I come in a room where everyone's like, oh, I remember that guy. So those are my tips for anyone that wants to join a male pattern.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Brandon and Alice. So thank